Mukhang okay ka naman. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the program agenda. I'm your host, Cito Beltran. Thank you for being subscribers of Cignal TV, which just got its 25-year renewed franchise. And thank you for being viewers also on Facebook and on YouTube. Maraming salamat din po sa PLDT Home Fiber Optic Internet. Today, we're going to have two sets of guests as always. And the first set will be very interesting for many of you who are into technology and also looking forward to better and improved communications in the Philippines, because we will be featuring none other than our very own Secretary of Trade and Industry, Ramon Lopez, para naman mabigyan tayong konting balita, maging mga marites tayo. Alamin natin kung ano yung naging usapan nila ng mga tao ni Elon Musk. Social na ang Philippines because a team from the company SpaceX of Mr. Elon Musk came to the Philippines to study and meet up with officials, business establishments for the potential possible establishment of low Earth orbit satellites for communication. We will speak to Secretary Lopez in a while, and after that we will be featuring the owner of MC Mountain Home Apartelle in Tagaytay City, because sila po yung nag-reach out sa atin at nakiusap. Please inform naman the public na safe to go to Tagaytay City because tourism was slightly affected by the alert level 3 of Taal. Anyway, let's go to our daily starter today. And reminder po ito. If you are a giver, kung ikaw ay generous, mabait ka, mapagbigay ka, know your limits because takers don't have any. Mabait ka, pero yung mga iba dyan, walang bait. Basta kuha lang ng kuha. They have no limits. So be careful. The Lord tells us to be generous, to give, to help others. But there are some people na walang pakialam, walang katapusan ang panghahakot, pangkurakot, at taking advantage of nice people like you. So if you are a giver, know your limits because takers don't have any. Let's now go to the quick review of the Philippine Star front page. The front page headline, NBI to embed agents in campaign rallies to find or arrest mga vote buyers. Okay, at the top of the front page, NCR under alert level 1. until April 15. Baka may forever na yung alert level 1 na yan kasi wala namang alert level 0 na talaga eh. Okay. Meanwhile, Congressman Lito Atienza, who is the vice presidential candidate of Senator Manny Pacquiao, is considering withdrawing from the VP race because of his injury and because he is man enough to know that there is a better man than him, his very own choice, Senator Tito Soto. On the right side of the upper portion of the Philippine Star are photographs from or images from Crow Valley in Pampanga, Tarlac area where 9,000 US and Filipino soldiers are doing military exercises. Below the banner of the Philippine Star, Lopez says Philippines first Southeast Asian country for Elon Musk's SpaceX. Kausapin po natin si Secmon about that. And then nag-church landing. Ewan ko kung church yun, ano? Pero nag-church landing na yung mga bida sa crash landing. Okay, the South Korean telenovela stars who are the main stars of Crash Landing finally got married for real. Okay. Meanwhile, party list representatives back amending party list system. Pumapayag yung ilang pong mga naging party list representatives to review the current situation because even President Duterte has pointed out na masyado nang naabuso yung party list system na yan. As I mentioned earlier, Cignal TV got its 25-year franchise renewal. Hooray! And DILG warns barangay officials versus campaigning for candidates. Yun po, no? Sinasabi po raw kasi yun sa batas, hindi pwedeng mangampanya ang mga barangay officials. Any officials in the barangay are not allowed to campaign for other candidates in higher office. And last but not the least, the Philippine Air Force welcomed its first ever female fighter pilot, none other than First Lieutenant Liza Camprosano Beran. Okay, siya po ay na-training sa S211. And for those of you with children who are looking forward to this weekend, we have the Summer Wonderland at SM Mall of Asia. Puntahan po ninyo para doon sa mga batang pwede nang palayain. Okay, let's now go to our first guest this morning. And actually, truth be told, hinabol ko po si Secretary Ramon Lopez kahapon hoping matutulungan niya akong makapture yung Rebecca Hunter ng Starlink, Elon Musk Group. Pero pasakay na raw ng eroplano, hindi ko kayang bayaran ang trip to America. So let's bring in none other than our regular favorite, Secretary Mon Lopez. Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. At sa inyo pong mga taga-subaybay, good morning, Mr. Cito, boss.
Okay. Ilang buwan na lang, mukhang magsasama na naman tayo sa Go Negosyo.
Ano naman tayo? Lecturer ulit tayo.
Lecturer.
Advocacy.
Okay, but Secretary, going back to business, yesterday you met with Rebecca Hunter and representatives of Elon Musk's Starlink Group. Ano po ba napag-usapan? What was on the table and what can we all look forward to?
Thank you, Boss Cito. This group really has been meeting with the DTI BOI since last year kasi sa bawat mga investment roadshow kahit virtual at naging physical na rin since last year, binibisita natin yung mga potential investor, specific companies na kung saan pinaprioritize natin yung mga sectors like all these mga technology-based, telecommunication, whether they are manufacturing, whether they are service providers. So binibisita ng mga companies and Actually, mahirap talagang kumuha ng schedule dito sa group na ni Elon Musk dahil sa laki rin ng kanilang operations at ang dami nilang pinagkakaabalahan. Ano? Of course, aside from Tesla, they are really into SpaceX. SpaceX, in-explain din nila sa meeting namin the other day, ang vision talaga ni Mr. Elon Musk ay is to go beyond yung Earth. Tinitingnan talaga nila yung interterrestrial bodies, the future. Basically, they're looking into the next 40 years. Ganun ang kanilang visioning. And as they're doing that, as you know, nag-launch sila yung SpaceX na yung pumupunta sa space na para bang sumasakay ka lang ng bus, no? Na pwede ka nang bumiyahe.
Space tourism.
Space tourism, hindi kailangan ng NASA astronaut and all that, no? So they're really trying to make this accessible to, of course, to the public, pero syempre may cost yan to the public. Nevertheless, as they are doing that, they've been, of course, working on a lot of other items, especially itong creating mga low Earth orbit satellite network, which has, and they call it Starlink, no? May branding din sila dyan. And this has led the way to, of course, this is one of the ways na nagkakaroon ng mas malakas na broadband system, and they've been using this. So yung broadband system, typically dito sa atin, fiber optic ang ginagamit, nakalatag yan sa ilalim ng
kable.
Mga kable. And prior to fiber optic yung dating kable pa na mas mabagal, no? So fiber optic was supposed to be the fast technology. Pero limited din yung capacity niyan. Yung mga pinag-uusapan na resulting Mbps natin, 30, 50 Mbps, dati pa nga 1 Mbps lang ang mga ating mga capacity. Yung ngayon, by the hundreds na ang Mbps with the use of ito. This will be an additional internet service that they're calling a satellite network that they will install and basically grab this particular signal from these satellites by establishing gateways in the Philippines. So yun yung first. Yung sinasabi nilang, tinanong kasi rin namin, kasi gusto natin mauna, no? Tinanong natin, at actually mauna talaga tayo. It's just that there's another country, like, of course, sabihin ko na Japan, na in terms of yung discussion nila, mas nauna ng kaunti sa atin. So parang tayong dalawa ng Japan ang pwedeng mauna in this part of the world na kung saan nag-establish sila ng mga gateways and with antennas, ito yung pumipick up ng signal at high capacity. So imagine natin if they will be able to establish many of these gateways, and then of course nationwide po ang tinitingnan nila dito, ito ngayon yung magbibigay talaga ng napakabilis, napakamura at accessible even dun sa areas na hindi naabot ng fiber optic. So yun yung maganda po dito, especially we have many island towns, municipalities. So maaabot talaga, and as we all know, napaka life-changing, game-changing ang magkaroon ng access sa internet, and that means access to world information.
Okay.
Talagang matutulungan ng ating mga kababayan dito. So gone are the days yung magrereklamo tayo sa speed, sa kamahalan ng mga ng mga signals.
Well, I know, Secretary, na nasubukan na yung capacity nitong Starlink system na ito o nung grupo ni Elon Musk, because ito yung ginamit nilang pamalit diyan sa Ukraine no nagkabombahan, dineploy kaagad ni Elon Musk when he was requested by one of the cabinet members of President Zelensky na tulungan sila. And apparently, it has been very useful and performed well. Now, in the Philippines, base sa explanation mo, Secretary, walang mga cables to.
Yes, but yes, walang cables to, but they will connect. They can connect to even existing telecoms. They can connect to those systems na make cables. So hindi ito isolated. This will be part of the total telecommunication digital infrastructure.
Okay, ngayon anong napag-usapan ninyo? What is this just initial discussions on what their system is and what the Philippine government has to offer, or did you already give them some directions? Because in the past, whenever a telecoms group comes into the Philippines or checks out the Philippines, they're often told, we would rather that you guys deploy outside of the urban areas where there is very little availability in terms of internet, especially because of our need for remote schools. Nasabi ba yan, or has that been a requirement of the government?
No, it's never been a requirement, but it is it is definitely part of the plan. They have to establish first the system, make it work. Pupunta muna rin sila sa, of course, they have to have the economics of it dun sa maraming users, and then eventually building up more and more of these gateways. Papunta dun sa mga areas na kahit mas malalayong lugar. So ang importante dito, they have to start as soon as possible. This is in a way, hindi rin siya exploratory kasi prior to this meeting the other day, we've been discussing already the environment here, even the policy environment. That's the reason why we've been reaching out to them kasi sila, yung requirement nila, kailangan nila 100% ownership din ng operation dahil marami sa technologies nila proprietary. And so talagang ina-update namin sila parate dito sa pinag-usapan na PSA na recently na issue na, no, nagawa na ng batas, na pirmahan na ng ating Pangulo, na of course na in-process talaga at diniscuss ng matindi sa Congress at sa Senado. Kaya talagang masaya sila dito sa development na to. And sinight din nila, they mentioned that this is also one critical factor in coming up to a decision to go already to the Philippines. So malaking bagay ito yung mga sinasabi natin talagang major economic reforms na nakakatulong magpaanyaya, mag-attract ng mga foreign investors bringing in new technologies.
In the little that I've read or watched about Elon Musk and his management style, I surmise na itong si Elon Musk, he's not a very patient individual. He's very straightforward. He will make a proposal and wait for a very short time before the other party makes a decision. But if they dilly-dally, he pulls out. Now, what guarantees does the government make para ma-actionan ito agad? Kasi, Secretary, test case natin yan. Ano? As you mentioned, this is the new PSA, Public Service Act. And if they come in, they would be one of the first, if not the first, to apply to that law. Gaano kabilis ang galaw natin on this one?
Well, kami rin ang nag-aapura sa kanila. It's a matter of really them finalizing yung documents sila. In fact, they're already preparing, meron silang local law firm already working on the documents for registration as a corporation. So ganun na kabilis ito. And then pinapag-apply na rin namin sila dun sa, binigyan na rin namin ng documents for the Board of Investment, registration, things like those para mabilis na yung mga approval system. Approval natin, mabilis lang pagka nag-apply yan sa even sa SEC, even sa BOI. At kung ano pa yung kailangang permit. By the way, in the meeting, kasama rin ng National Telecom Commission, si Commissioner Deputy Commissioner Ed Cabarrios, at earlier na-meet din niya si Sec Manny Caintic ng DICT, no? So I think the day before. So may mga ganyan ng mga meetings na, and kaya natin sinasabing inaapura din nila kasi they were here, although a short visit, but they have been looking at the sites also. Tumitingin na ng mga sites. So sabay-sabay lahat nangyayari. Hindi one after the other.
Okay, I know and I trust in what you're saying because ikaw yung talagang nagtulak ng ease of doing business, the passage of that law, the establishment of a group to manage yung ease of doing business. But another concern is ilang buwan na lang, wala na kayo sa poder. How do we guarantee or how do we assure foreign investors coming into the Philippines that when they set up business, the rules won't change in the middle of the game? Kasi alam mo, Sec, to be honest, I have been doing some superficial research into what happened to different companies who got into legal tangles with the government. And ang pattern has always been pag there's a new administration, the rules change and the investors need to go to court and end up in court for 5, 7, 10 years before they prove their case. And at least 3 major companies and investors I've spoken with, Cito, the government has to come up with some ironclad guarantee na hindi mapapakialaman ng mga nagmamarunong.
Yes, tama ka. May mga cases talaga na ganyan on specific, I would say, sectors. But as a general rule, mas madami namang ang mga investments na nagtuloy-tuloy at walang problema. And I must say in the itong run up to election, we've heard all the presidential candidates. Lahat naman sila, they are pro-investor. They are in a way towards or for economic liberalization, especially itong the one recently passed na PSA. Pag nakita nila yung benefit na yan, talagang this is something na dapat palakasin pa, hindi para i-reverse. No? Of course, we will see really the full implementation of this law in the next administration dahil ilang buwan na lang tayo, no? Ilang linggo na lang. No? So, talagang asahan natin yung full implementation and we don't see any reversal kasi lahat naman itong mga kandidato ay parang nakikita natin market-based, economic reform-oriented. In fact, I've been hearing a lot of yung mga SMEs, mga innovation, yan yung mga linya na naririnig natin. Na talagang this will be a continuation of the reforms we've started dito sa administration na to.
Well, Secretary, we still have about 6 minutes with you before you take off for another meeting. But I'd like to give you the chance to at least brief our viewers dahil isa ka sa pinakamasipag na cabinet members. Pero medyo natahimik ka the last few months. You've been very busy, I suppose. Could you just update us or siguro parang lang short report kung pwede? Baka hindi na kita ma-interview after this.
No, hindi naman tayo sa natahimik but talagang the issues of today, after itong medyo nag-i-improve na yung we've been working on the reopening of the economy, di ba? So nung nagre-reopen na, less na yung issues concerning us, no? Kasi talagang napababa na natin up to alert level 1, bukas na lahat ng economic sector, which what we've been doing since even the start of the pandemic, unti-unti nabuksan yon and kaya mas madalas nun ang mga interaction natin. But yung recent really was really all about this Russia-Ukraine, mga itong developments na to na tumatama sa mga cost items, oil and all that. Pagdating doon may sariling ingay din siya, no? So but at least ang magandang mga report natin ngayon, I think looking back into these 6 years, what we've seen, kasi ito madalas nating naririnig na bakit daw, let's say itong foreign direct investment, nahuhuli daw ang Pilipinas, hindi daw sa rank ng sa Southeast Asia, nahuhuli daw. But frankly, comparing, dinivide natin yung section ng 2016 to 2021 at yung the previous period din na 2010 to 2015, malaking tinalo ng ating FDI. If you really look into it, yung the previous period, $3 billion ang annual average na foreign direct investment. If you look into this current period, $9 billion ang FDI. Ganun kalaki ang tinalo ng foreign direct investment. So doon makita mo yung investments talagang malaki ang naipalakas natin dito sa period na to. We're not saying na talaga hindi naman magaling yung the past because from if looking at the numbers also, na-improve din naman ng previous administration yung foreign direct investment levels. So ang importante, our country continues to build on the growth of the previous administration. So we hope the next administration will even do higher than $9 billion a year. So doon tayo papunta. In terms of ranking, dati na rank 6 tayo, pang-6. Ngayon rank 4, pang-4 tayo dito sa Southeast Asia pagdating sa foreign direct investment. So naunahan na natin ang Malaysia, ang Thailand. So malakas ang ating nakukuha sa mga FDIs. Ganun din sa exports. If you look at the annual average growth ng exports even during the pandemic, naunahan na surpass na natin yung pre-pandemic levels. At ganun pa man yung even yung 2021 over 2020. So lahat ito kaya napansin natin as we were also reopening the economy, allowing exports to operate 100%, lumakas ng todo itong mga exports, even yung manufacturing index, yung PMI. So on and so forth, such that yung unemployment natin from a high of yung height ng pandemic na 17% yan. Ngayon ay bumaba na uli sa mga 6.4%. And we're hoping that this will really go in the area of 5% where we were before the pandemic. Many things are happening kaya medyo tinatrabaho natin to yung pag-finalize ng mga ibang FTAs natin. You've been hearing a lot of RCEP. We're also finalizing, we're scheduling the signing of yung FTA with South Korea na ibig sabihin mas malaking ma-export natin. Ang key product dito na makaka-gain would be banana exports. So yung kasi sa Korea mataas ang taripa ng banana from Philippines, gusto natin maipababa ito up to 0. At yun yung winork out natin na in 5 years mapababa ito to 0 kasi the bananas from other countries, even from South America, even from Vietnam, entering Korea, for example, bumababa yung tariff rate. So ayaw nating maiwan. So we want to finalize all these FTAs. Meron pa yung investment, promotion and protection agreement with UAE para ma-unlock natin yung sovereign funds ng yung malalaking investment funds from UAE.
Check. Pasensya ka na, meron kasing mga biglang hindi okay lang, that's very good news, no, but meron lang talaga nagpapahabol dito, parang na-excite dito sa inexplain mo sa Starlink. What are the first locations where Starlink will be available? Do you have any exact date or month that they will launch, and meron na bang business profile o malayo pa tayo dun sa mga rates, etc.?
Yeah, so yung mga lahat ng yan yung nirarush din nila sa ngayon. The exact location. That's why they're into site inspection. So hindi pa nila masasabi yung eksaktong site. But they will start with 3 gateways first. Yun ang sinabi nila, 3, but that's just the start, phase 1. Then eventually, it can really grow fast because please note that they were telling us they are only an 18-month-old company actually. 18 months, but in 18 months nakapagpakalat na sila ng over 1,600 low Earth orbit satellites, no? So mabilis sila gumalaw din, no, pag nakapasok na sila. So they're also just like us, excited and rushing din yung pag-prepare nitong eksaktong business plan nila dito. What they have is broad plans, start with 3 and expand immediately.
Okay, well, sana naman meron pa tayong susunod na interview bago ka magbalik sa private sector or baka ma-reappoint ka na naman. but because you have done such a good job, Secretary. But thank you for your time this morning and congratulations. Bagamat umpisa pa lang yan, I know it will be for the good of the country and for telecommunications as a whole in the Philippines. Thank you very much, Secretary Mon Lopez.
Thank you po, Mr. Cito, sa inyo po lahat. Mabuhay po kayo.
Okay, yan po si Secretary Ramon Lopez, and we will go for a quick break. When we return, we will speak to the owner of MC Mountain Home Apartelle para mapag-usapan kasi nung naglabas po ng Alert Level 3 doon sa Taal Volcano or Taal Island, nagpanic daw yung mga ibang turista, nag-aalisa ng Tagaytay. Now there are actually would-be guests for Tagaytay this weekend who are asking. In fact, someone had just asked me the other day, is it safe? And if you watched our interview with Yusek Solidum of FIVOX, okay naman daw. Malayo raw sa disgrasya. Let's go for a quick break, and when we return, we will speak with Adora, Crisotomo of MC Mountain Home Apartelle here on Agenda. Welcome back to the program Agenda. I'm your host, Cito Beltran, thanking you for watching us via One News PH on channels 8 and 250. And for our second interview today, we are featuring Adora Crisotomo, owner of MC Mountain Home Apartelle. Because Adora's husband, Danny, if I'm not mistaken, had reached out to me regarding their concern dahil may mga nag-alisan daw ng mga tourists from Tagaytay last week or early this week because of the Alert Level 3. Adora, good morning to you.
Good morning, Sir Chito. We're grateful that you gave us this chance to be on your prestigious show Agenda to discuss about this apparent problem ng mga hotels here in Tagaytay and Alfonso, because this is a long stretch, including Alfonso, Cavite, and some parts of Laurel, the west side of Laurel. We are just starting after the pandemic. In fact, I attended this seminar with DOT for the intelligent reopening of domestic tourism, how to reinvent, rebrand, and revitalize tourism. But the eruption last March 26 of Alert number 3 really caused a lot of fear for people living here in Tagaytay, and also for tourists. It was a no traffic day last Saturday. in Tagaytay. The
No,
whole stretch.
no traffic
Wala po.
day,
Wala po.
Tagaytay?
Wala. Yes, sir. We were wondering why. Siguro sabi ko, and then my friend texts me, yung friend niya in Tagaytay Highlands who just arrived, they went home right away. But here in our stretch, it was really so calm. So I really think yung pong permanent danger zone is TVI, no? Tagaytay Island, Volcano Island, and San Nicolas, and those low-lying areas. I'd like for people to know that Tagaytay stretch, which covers Alfonso, Nasugbu area up to sort of Twin Lakes and Canyon Woods, this is about 600 meters above sea level, sir. So, napakataas po namin ng area na to. And we are looking down at the Taal volcano. So, para po yung mga to reach us to a dangerous level, it's not po like that. I suppose Philbox will give us more information, scientific information about that, sir.
Well, apparently, because we guested Undersecretary Solidum yesterday, at siya na mismo ang nagsabi na yung alert level 3 and dinesfine naman nila, nilinaw nila kung magbabasa lang daw ang mga tao doon sa kanilang Facebook page, ay makikita na yung tama nga yung sinabi mo, Adora, na the concern was for the low-lying areas at hindi naman for the Tagaytay Ridge, as I said. Now, ginagamit ko yung Tagaytay Ridge. I'm surprised and I realized by your explanation na hindi lang pala yung highway na overlooking Taal Volcano ang masasabing tourist belt. Umaabot hanggang Nasugbu, hanggang Alfonso, etc. So it is a very large area. Ilang kilometro yun? May mga...
Bali po, if I'm at Rotonda, to our place, it's almost 10 kilometers. So maybe it's total of until Highlands, from the Rotonda, about 25, siguro 40? Almost 40
all the way
stretch.
to Nasugbu.
Yes, up to Nasugbu boundary, and Canyon Woods is also part of that. Para bang caldera, sir. You call it caldera.
Caldera. Okay. Now, from what you know, how many tourist-related businesses are in that area? And gaano ka daming mga employees na naapektuhan?
Marami po tayong mga hotels, restaurants. Almost they're sprouting everywhere na. Even if there was a pandemic, some investors put money to develop restaurants and hotels. And in fact, as I said, I attended this seminar for tourism. We're just starting. March 1 was the start of the almost level 1. So we were quite happy that we will be going back after the 2 years pandemic. And to think that January 2020, sir, we also had another Taal volcano and business was really down, super down for until March 26 again. So we really hope and pray people will be given information about an active volcano should actually be a tourist attraction. As in Iceland and also in Bayon Volcano, they already declared that area as a permanent danger zone. So there are hotels that look at it while it's erupting. That yes, parang ganun po ang...
Sige. Kumbaga gawing siyang tourist attraction, hindi tourist perwisyo.
Yes,
okay,
po.
Adora, let's go
Yes,
for
sir.
a quick break just for a few reminders, and when we return, pag-usapan naman natin yung facilities mo dyan kasi hindi ko alam kung ako'y nakapunta na dyan o hindi dahil ako'y pusang gala. We'll go for a quick break. We'll be right back here on Agenda.
Thank you, Sir Cito Beltran.
Welcome back to the program agenda, and with us is Adora Crisotomo, owner of MC Mountain Home Apartelle. And as I explained earlier, the reason we featured them primarily was because of their concern that many tourists going to Tagaytay City, Alfonso Cavite, Laurel, and even Nasugbu were alarmed with the Alert Level 3 announcement related to the volcanic activities of Taal volcano last Saturday. Now we've clarified that. PHIVOLCS has clarified that and said that that is only for the low-lying areas. So now let's talk more about destination. Adora, you own MC Mountain Home Apartelle. How is business there, and how long has MC Mountain Apartelle been in business?
Sir, MC Mountain Home Apartelle, we started in 1998 as just the first hotel with Taal Vista during that time. So we had a lot of guests then, but then since Tagaytay and this whole stretch, marami na pong nag-sprout na mga hotels. Big hotels po pumasok na. We are very near. We're just lucky that the Twin Lakes is just 500 meters away from us. Before, our guests would go to Tagaytay City to have a Starbucks. You know, Manila people, they want to have Starbucks pa rin, even where they are. So it's a good thing for us. Now, since 1998, we built only 6 units of apartments. And then in 2000, we built another 12 units. So we have total of 18 units, and we have a multi-purpose hall. We have a garden that's wide enough, so you can have a tent. You can go for installing tents for those people who want al fresco. We have also al fresco. Almost all our rooms have balconies, so you can have that fresh air of Tagaytay, and you can hear the birds tweeting, and also and also sometimes you can also see fireflies at night.
Well, the question, you use the term apartelle kasi alam mo, panahon ko yung apartelle eh. Yun yung lengguwahe ng panahon ko, pero ngayon Airbnb na ang sinasabi nila.
Yes, sir.
Do you qualify as an Airbnb? How do you operate your facility?
We are also with Airbnb. We also have accreditation with Booking.com. We used to have Metro Deal also. All promotions that are possible. But then when there was pandemic, all those promotions stopped. But they are now all reviving already. So slowly.
Pero paano yung business nyo? Para rin kayong hotel? Kasi may mga may mga areas, there are other tourist destinations where you literally rent an apartment or a studio. Yang sa inyong MC Mountain Apartelles, is it hotel style or is it parang family rooms?
Sir, we have hotel style, good for 2 adults with very big, talagang wide king size beds. We also have that. We also have room with kitchen because we cater to families. We also cater for families kasi this is a family-oriented business, sir. My husband and I, Danny Crisotomo, who reached out to you, is my husband. And then would you believe how many children we have?
Ilan?
We have 8, sir. Before we transferred from Tagaytay, we lived in Makati. And then we had 4. And then because of the cool climate here in Tagaytay, we had another 4. So, now we have 8 apos.
Okay, but are the children directly involved in running the business?
Yes, we have one daughter, Nicole Crisotomo, who did all the digitation. Ano ba yun?
Digitalization
of this. Like she put up this self-check-in during the pandemic. So we have no contact with our guests. We do all self-check-in. She gets the by email the vaccination cards, and then we have cameras on the common areas, so they can just check in with the data she gives to them. And this is one thing we experienced when we went to Japan. So with that self-check-in, that you don't really have a close encounter because of the pandemic, it helped us. It helped us a lot. But this Taal volcano is another scare, just like the pandemic.
Okay. Well, apparently, Yusek Solidum said that the tourist operators need to invest more online and in their premises para ma-educate yung mga tourists yan. But how are things? Are they coming back now? Because I do have friends who have been asking me, is it safe to go to Tagaytay? Nagbabalikan na ba yung mga tourists dyan?
Not really. Until our government or our PhilVox make a good education about the situation of the real of a volcano. What is a volcano? A volcano, active volcano is even better than a sleeping volcano like Pinatubo, because its steams goes out. Para bang puputok ba? What you call that in Tagalog?
Yeah.
Na pag sumobra yung init, puputok ng sobra. But if it steams out, nakakahinga.
Okay.
It's like
But what do your guests do when they get to Tagaytay? Kasi ang usual complaint na sinasabi sa akin ay, pag weekends, ang hirap pumunta sa Tagaytay kasi parang nagre-relocate ang mga tiga Metro Manila sa Tagaytay from between Friday and Sunday. But you're not in the center, di ba? Kaya
yes,
medyo labas
Malayo
kayo
po.
ng konti.
Yes, sir. We're very near Sonia's, who's one of our good friend. Yeah,
Okay.
Sonia's Garden. We're very near. It's just 1.5 kilometers away from us. Sonia's Garden. And the good thing about our hotel, we have a country club access because we have memberships and affiliates. We have affiliation with Splendido, and Royal Tagaytay is a membership club where we've been members since 1993. So we extend this. We extend this kind of facilities to our members. They just pay their guest fee. So para bang member na rin sila to enjoy the facilities of the clubs. Splendido is a little bit high-end. Royal, medyo affordable ang kanyang fees. But we got this affiliation, sir.
Okay, but what about MC Mountain? Kasi alam mo, may mga kaibigan ako na nag-share sa akin ng isang destination sa Batangas, and it was very good reviews. Nung nakita ko yung presyo, hindi matay ako. Sabi ko, pero what about MC Mountain?
We have very affordable rates, sir. Like we have regular rates. We have budget rooms. That's 1,500, good for 2 adults. For 22 hours check-in is 2 p.m. check-out is 12 noon. But we have higher like 3,200, good for 2 persons, and 2,800 with a balcony and sunset mountain view. The mountain view is really something you should see, sir.
Okay.
Talagang maganda po.
Now, what about yung mga
review.
family rooms? Kasi alam mo, ngayon hindi na masyadong uso except for kaming mga medyo senior na. Hindi na uso yung mga romantic accommodation. Many families want a room for 4, a room for 5 or 6. Meron ba kayong ganong klaseng mga rooms?
Meron po tayong rooms na ganon. So where we can add extra mattresses. Yun po yung ginagawa namin. We have a room with queen size bed and 2 double decks. So that one will go for a price of 3,500. That type of room.
Okay,
Very affordable, sir.
Okay, well, yes, your prices are very affordable and interesting that you extend use of clubhouse facilities and country club. Now, what about food? Kasi madalas ako sa Tagaytay because I used to teach at the Development Academy of the Philippines. Now, karamihan ng tao dyan, parang trumpo eh. Ikot ng ikot para sa iba-ibang restaurants. But do you have your own food outlet in MC Mountain?
Yes, sir. We have Judy's Bulalo and Inihaw.
Patay
here at
tayo dyan.
our highway level. Highway level. So, and then it's just in competition with several other restaurants. But it gives affordable rates, very affordable. Judis
Okay.
Bulalo and Inihaw. You should
Yeah.
try it, sir.
Bakit ba yung bulalo dyan sa Tagaytay, halos lahat yata bulaluhan na ngayon? What is...
Sir, it's the baka, the fresh baka that we are proud of. That's why most people in Manila, maybe because beef is very expensive if you buy it from Manila, di ba? Here, it's fresh beef na talagang bagong katay. Alam mo naman yung bulalo, di ba? So, just avoid na lang po, sir, yung mga what you call that? Yung parang brain, yung nasa buto, utak,
marrow. The beef marrow.
Yeah, the bone marrow. Siguro. Pero they have like, if you are on a budget, meron din silang pork barbecue lang and rice. It's expansive po ang kanyang menu that caters to all kinds of mga ABCD, pwede kaya. May bagong luto, meron din parang pick-up, turo-turo, something. Meron din siyang turo-turo, you just turo. And nagmamadali ka, pwede rin. I'm really happy that we have this Leslie, our new Leslie, is here, si Judis Bulalo in Inihaw, para yung mga guests namin, they don't have to go out, punta pa sa ganun. They don't want to just stay here, di ba? Yung iba naman, gusto nila po mag-tent.
Okay, tell me about yung camping na yan. Kasi ang daming talagang nauuso na yan. Yung mga kaibigan kong medyo saucy, overlanders, dala nila yung kanilang mga high-end SUV at saka nilang mga tents, etc. And then nagpa-park na lang, nagbabayad na lang. What about there in MC Mountain? What about this camping or tent facility?
Yeah, here at MC Mountain po, we have a perimeter fence property. So your security and safety is assured. And like we have what you call security cameras all around. And you could build, maybe you could put up to 6 tents. Bring your own. It's only $490 per person. Pitch your own tent. And with that, you can already use our restrooms. So kaya nga, there's one kwento. I have a friend, yung kanyang anak gustong mag-tent. Gusto niya alfresco. But then, yung driver niya was with him, kesa uuwi pa yung driver nila. Yung driver niya yung nag-check-in at a higher price. Di ba, sir? Kasi nakakatuwa na yung feeling mo na mag-tent ka, you're communing with nature, di po ba? Ang sarap. Lalo na ito ay panahon ng pandemic, ayaw natin mag-aircon na puntahan na lugar sa mga hotels. So yung hotel po namin, you have the choice not to put on your aircon. Yung aming aluminum doors, they have screens so you can let the cool wind enter your room.
Well, okay, Adora, I think we've learned enough from about your facility. I hope that more tourists will start going up to Tagaytay City, to Alfonso, to Laurel, etc. Because as Yusek Solidum said, it's okay to go. And thank you for joining us and for taking the initiative. Pakisabi na lang kay Danny, salamat for pointing out to us na naaapektuhan din pala ang tourism dyan. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. That's Adora Crisotomo, owner of MC Mountain Home Apartelle. And now, allow me to read you for our blessing for the week, this last day of the week. And may the raindrops fall lightly on your brow. May the soft winds... Okay. Mukhang nawawala tayo dyan. Gab, could you just cut that out, please? May the raindrops fall lightly on your brow. May the soft winds freshen your spirit. May the sunshine brighten your heart. May the burdens of the day rest lightly upon you, and may God enfold you in the mantle of His love. And that's today's agenda. Thank you for joining us. Have a great day. God bless all of you. Happy weekend.